Caldwell here from 1 Minute Out. I want to talk to you about a very basic drill that I want to show you, but it's one that I do every day. I dry fire it. It's one of the drills I always start with when I go down to my own range and shoot every day, and it just helps to build really good fundamentals. So there's two parts to this drill. The first is the dry fire portion, and then the second is going to be the live fire portion. So basically what we're going to do is on a timer, we're going to get a nice clean trigger press. All right, so what I have is I've got my Pro Timer here, and I want to, I have a par time set on it just so that I get an extra additional beep where I can run through it. I happen to have a 5-second par timer on here because I'm using it for some other drills. But the way that this is going to work is I'm going to utilize, all right, we'll talk about the gear that we have here. So this is my new Walther PDP. I've got my Aimpoint Acro red dot on it. I'm shooting a Norma ammo. And I've got my CNG holsters. This is outside the waistband holster. And I've got the CNG double mag holder here. Now, what I want to do is pick a spot on my target, all right? And for this, I'm at about 7-8 yards here. So I want to pick a spot on the target, and that's where my eye focus is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and, the pistol is empty. We have no magazine in here. There's no rounds in here. Rack it multiple times to make sure. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into that good body position where I would normally wanna be. So, feet shoulder width apart, my non-firing foot slightly forward. I got that slight bend in my knees. My weight is forward, that slight bend in my waist. All right, which pushes my chest out forward. My shoulders are relaxed. All right, I push the pistol out from my ready position. All right, my grip, my hand comes up in here. And again, I'm just holding the pistol with this hand. I'm really gripping with my support hand. All right, that's where all your grip is to help control recoil. So, as I come into this position, I push the pistol out and I prep the trigger. All right, my eyes are on the target. All right, I'm staring right at the A zone. And I prep the trigger, the dot, I'm at the wall, everything's ready to go. Once I hear the beep of my timer, that's when I want to press the trigger. All right, and this is great that you can do in dry fire at home, especially against like a white wall, whether you have iron sights or red dot, because you'll really be able to see those sights pop. But you're gonna see any movement out of your pistol. So that's what we're trying to do here, is we're trying to get on the beep. So we're being told when we have to pull the trigger. We wanna pull the trigger as quick as we can, and we wanna ensure that we're not manipulating the pistol, all right? So it should look something like this. Nice and clean. Go ahead and rack it, wait for that par time to go. All right, nice and clean. Run it again. All right, so you're gonna see yourself and you'll know when you do it. All right, when you're out here and that timer goes and all of a sudden you're doing this. All right, what happens then, you can have the most perfect sight picture in the world, but when you go to squeeze that trigger and break the round, if you're manipulating the pistol at all, you're actually pushing your sights off target. It doesn't matter where your sights were, when you crack that round, your sights were not where you want them to be. So that a lot of times is why guys are shooting off to the left. All right, is they're actually starting to push that pistol over, or they're anticipating some of that recoil and starting to drive that pistol down, and you'll see that they're hitting low or down low and to left. All right, so to get rid of that, we want to do this dry fire drill. All right. All right, so there we can build up good muscle memory doing dry fire. Now we want to go ahead and do the same thing, but we're going to go live when we do it. So I'm going to get my ears on. Go ahead and load our pistol. All right, we're going to go through the same exact motion. So now once I present, and as soon as the timer goes off, now I want to crack round. All right, once the second time goes, I'm going to crack the round. Now, of course, if we wait and we go too slow, we can get that nice slow trigger press, but that's not what we want. All right, we want to look at our timer, and it's about a 0.3 is the beep. All right, so I know I need to be below that on my time when that round cracks off, so we can kind of look at our timer to see where we are. All right, and then our results are going to show downrange now with live ammo what the result is and if we were pushing or doing anything to that pistol when we went ahead and squeezed the trigger. All right, let's go ahead and do that again. All right, run it one more. All right, so we can look at our target downrange now after we've run through that multiple times, and we can start to see if we're pushing anything away, usually that's that down and left, and we know that we've now, okay, that we have a live round, somehow it messes with us in our head that we've manipulated that trigger pull. All right, go back to doing some dry fire. Empty the gun out, go through the same thing again, make sure that we got a nice clean pull, all right, every time so that we're not manipulating where that muzzle is going and we've got a good sight picture, all right? Do that multiple times, go live, do that multiple times, and then I'll go ahead and start my day. If I start shooting a bunch and I just happen to start trying to push that pistol and I notice that I'm doing that, I'll go back and I'll do this again, all right? So I'll back up, just run this drill a few more times. Okay, yep. All right, you gotta tell this hand, stop pushing the pistol, just pull the trigger straight back. That's all you need to do, all right? So this is a great drill for you to start with, great drill that I start every day with when I go shooting at the range.